Hey everyone, it's Baby Bear, and I was just thinking about this when I made my last video, and I'm going to take one for the team here because there's a couple of things that I'm realizing when I'm making these update videos. Obviously, people's attention spans, they don't last very long these days, right? So I get it. People don't want to sit through a long video to kind of see an overview of things that they're going to be able to figure out a little bit themselves. However, I do think that people are interested in getting kind of a deeper dive take into each event. So, what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to waste my this is like I'm going against everything that I want to do right now because I don't want to spend on this champion, guys. But here's the thing. Aptoide is so gracious that I am testing out Aptoide. This is my first time, and look, I have been so against using any other app besides what I've been using because I'm just so set in my ways. But I have finally tried it, and now I'm like, guys, I'm converted. I'm converted. And so, what am I going to do in this video? I'm going to show you how much it actually costs to get this champion. So, again, it's not something that I would normally want to do on my own, but I'm doing this for the YouTube channel because at least you guys know how much it will probably cost you. So when I was in a Discord channel for C4, Knox is the one that said it only cost him $30. And that's all it took for me to be like, you know what? Let me try it because $30 I can do. But when you're watching other people's videos or listening to other people's Discord, discussions, people are like, "No, it's $100. No, it's $150." So, what is the reality? What is the truth? So, that's what we're going to find out. So, as you saw here, my first purchase, 60 of the Mancha boxes and 20. Now, this is all random selection. So you could get really lucky and get one of those really big ones, or you can get really hosed and get like a 5 or a 10, right? So that's the unfortunate bad side of all of this. The ruby boxes seem to be pretty much 10. So just so you know, I feel like you get 2 rubies per box, and it seems to be pretty consistent across the board. So the one nice thing about this is that I was able to upgrade this champion, which, I rarely like pay attention to. She's like my least paid attention to. And I triggered her storyline, which we're gonna skip because we don't need to go through all that. And of course, obviously any boosts are good, right? Any boosts are good, but I don't really necessarily want to be spending money on these champions. But why not upgrade her with those boxes with, the extra boxes that I get from the Mancha packs. Now, people will probably be like, "Oh, why don't you just use those ruby boxes on the new champion?" And the reason being is because I can upgrade her pretty easily with the free boxes that we get from the resources, right? So anyways, so again, showing you guys how I use the Aptoide credits. So basically, I guess I'll make another video about this if I get into more detail. They have a promo going on right now where you can get an additional 6%. It's Evony 06, capital EVONY 06. And of course you can use any promo code from any YouTube creator that you guys watch. I'm not really trying to impede on anybody's, thing. I'm just trying to show you guys that this actually works. Like I'm always going to share with you what I do, and honestly, I have been converted. So, anyways, let's get back to the items. And you'll see here again, it's just random. Okay, so yeah, 10 was awful. And that one, 80. That one is a great one, right? So We were at $20 now. So just to show you guys again, the ruby boxes, the champion gift boxes, ruby necklaces, 10. So this time I opened all of them at once and was the same outcome, 10. So just to show you, I don't have enough of the Mancha fragments yet, 172. So you guys know I get 100 for free from the monsters every day. So 272 is not going to cut it. I'm going to need more. So have to go back into the Aptoide app. You go into the AppCoins wallet. And again, I'm not going to really describe all the breakdown. Let me know if you guys want me to do that. I feel like people already know this, but I kind of just want to show you just the process that I'm going through. But one thing is that people have been maybe got miscommunicated that you can actually get up to 30% discount with all of your extra codes that you get, but you have to spend a certain amount of money to get to those percentages, which obviously a lot of you heavier spenders would easily get to this amount pretty fast. But with those extra discount codes, so that Evony06 will give you an extra 6% on top of this extra discount. So it all adds up, it accrues up. And so I think what people kind of get hesitant about, because I was hesitant about it, trust me, guys. Like, I was like, I don't really know Aptoide. I don't really know the product. I know all these other places, but they don't give the same incentive, you know? So I just, I have to use where I get the most bang for my buck. And obviously, you know, being a YouTube creator, we want our game players to also get the most bang for their buck, especially with Evony, especially with our teammates, especially on, when we're playing on the same team, especially, or our server. We want to strengthen our server. We want people to get the most out of their build for the least amount of money, right? So that's, I think, something that I feel is kind of important to share. So anyways, going back to this champion. So we are hoping and praying that we can get this champion for $30 like Nox did, but that does not look promising, getting that 20 and 40. That's not great, but it's not awful. So that basically puts us up to, where are we at now? The problem is with like all these items, they really need to like figure out how to organize this stuff. So we're at 232, so 332, so we're still at a deficit of about 68 fragments. So of course, this is how Evony gets you guys. We will have to buy another pack. So unfortunately, that was going to put us to another $10, which is now going into 40. So this is where this can be like, this can become $100 easily, right? If we get really unlucky and keep unlocking like these crappy 10 and 20, or is Evony going to be generous and give us a good roll? Or does Evony have like some sort of algorithm? The closer you get, the crappier fragments you get. So let's find out. So again, showing you kind of how easy this is. And I do want to say in this video, for full transparency, Aptoide actually reached out to me earlier this year, like in February, and I don't know why. I just had a lot of real life stuff on my plate, and it was one of those things where I didn't want to sell a product to people that I did not know enough about, and I did not use it myself, and it just wasn't something that everybody in like my circle used. But what was interesting that happened from that pink gem scandal and the pack loading scandal is that all the big players that are all in the Discord channels, they couldn't use those avenues anymore, right? So they had to use something that would give them a discount for packs. So all of a sudden, all the room channels started talking about Aptoids. So that's kind of where I was started getting curious about it. So I did reach out and I was like, hey, let me, like, can I just test this out? So this one's not bad, right? 50, but just remember that I need 68. So, guess what that means, ladies and gentlemen? I could have gotten this for $40, but because Evony is freaking Evony, I am basically, let's do the math. I was 18 fragments short. So, yes, Evony, you're a big yes. Just kidding. I can't say that in this video. It's got to be all light and airy and fluffy, but I will say that now we know the cost of this champion, and it ended up being $50 because of the 18 fragments that I needed. Now, I could have just been like, you know what, screw it. I'll just wait for the next event. The only problem with that is you're losing your free, points, your free touches. So by the time the next event would roll around, which would be probably about a month and a half or 2 months, I would lose out on all of those free boosts, right? So for me, I feel like it's probably best to get the champion the first time around if you're willing to spend around that cost with the double coupons. But again, if you're wanting to buy a castle, or if you're wanting to buy a higher tiered item, you're not going to be able to use those double coupons for $9.99, right? So what do you do then? Then you do have to spend, $100 to $150 for that champion, and then it's not worth it. So I definitely think that I would not have bought this champion without Aptoide's help. I would not have bought this champion without some sort of incentive from another player saying that they only got it for $30. So I wish that maybe more people would get it for the cheaper end rather than people getting it on the higher end. I will say that in my experience with the champions, I've never gotten a champion for that cheap. I don't think I've ever gotten a champion for 30, but I do know Easy got the last champion, I think for 20, but he got a rare roll on getting the 400, and that is a really, really rare one. And if you click on these boxes, and as Evony should do, it tells you the percentages of what you get. Now, in my experience, 5 times I only got 10 ruby boxes every single time. Nothing more, nothing less. So are those percentages accurate? Well, 70% being 2, maybe, but every single one was 10 ruby boxes. So I don't know. Also, I did try to do the single and trying to do it all at once, and it made no difference. It was 2 each time or 10 when I opened it all at once. And if you see on the La Mancha box, you'll see that these are the breakdowns or the percentages. And surprisingly, the 40 is the highest one. So at least they're not really hosing you to get that 10 and 20. But as you saw, I opened up that 10 and 20 quite often. I would say more than 21%. I would say I got it 30%, but I'm not a mathematician, obviously, so maybe it was 30%. And I will scroll down here, but you'll see that the 400 fragments is 1.46%. So whoever is lucky enough to get that, good luck. You guys did a good job pulling that one. But obviously, if Evony would maybe put that to 10%, I think that they would get a lot more people trying to get these champions because, again, people are just gamblers and they think they're lucky. And, if they hear people get it on their first shot, their first pack, people are going to be like, oh, I'm going to try that. And once they get sucked in after that first pack, it's done with, So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. It took me a long time. Hope Aptoide appreciates it. I hope you guys enjoy. And Evony06, I think that code expires, so use it soon.